Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bad Guitarist Podcast, episode number 59. My name is Andrew.
And my name is Guy.
This is your weekly show for guitar gear news and all things guitars, amps, pedals, from large builders, small builders. What else am I forgetting to say here?
I don't know.
Weekly news on things going on in the gear industry and guitar industry. Maybe, we have a couple pieces of news about guitar players this week.
Okay.
I always forget how to do the intro. I don't know. It's like we take a week, we do the show, and then I forget how to do it the next week.
Wait, did we take a week off last week?
No, but anytime we do, I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
I just fall back out of the groove, and then we gotta get back into it. So,
okay. What do we have for
we got
today,
a lot of pedals. We got some guitars. Like I said, we got some news. I don't think I grabbed any amps this week.
No amps this week?
I don't think I grabbed any amps that I saw come out this week.
Then we're just going to focus on pedals, I guess.
So let's start off with one that was kind of hyped up last week. I think we talked about that there was going to be something coming out on Tuesday from JHS. They teased a couple new limited edition colorways. And then on Tuesday, it's the Nauticlon in 2 new colorways. So they have the Splatter Edition and the Pink Edition, which is kind of like the Vaporwave style pink with yellow knobs. You have different geometrical shapes on there, squiggles and circles and whatnot. And then the Splatter, it's kind of self-explanatory. It's yellows, pinks. It's kind of the same color scheme, but it's white enclosure with like the other colors, the pinks and yellows and greens and all that stuff like splattered on there. And that one has blue knobs. Both are the regular price, $119.
Okay.
They only made $1,500 of each, and
Question,
it looks like
though.
yeah.
When you were talking about this with me, because you talk about this pedal when it was just released, the new colorways, correct? When you showed that to me, it was not so loud. Because usually with JHS, everything is like so loud.
Usually
right
if they do a limited edition, it sells out within like an hour. Yeah.
Okay. What's up with these colorways?
As far as I can tell, they're both still available.
Okay.
They did do larger batches this time. They did 1,500 of each color, so you have 3,000. But it's been the full week and they're not sold out yet because today's Saturday. I'm not surprised. To me personally, this is just my opinion. This is not appealing at all. Well, if I were to get a Nauticlon, I would probably go for that white one. To be honest, the white with the black knobs. That one looks the most appealing to me personally. But also, a lot of people already had the original Nauticlon. There was a big hype. That's probably I would assume that's probably their best-selling pedal they've ever had. Just because of the big hype and all the pre-orders they had, and they got through the initial batch on that. I still see people buying new ones all the time.
Okay.
So I think these two are for people that probably already have the first one, but they just want the collection,
Oh.
They want to just fill out their collection. I don't know. I like the giant, chunky knobs that they have on the original black one. It's more like the original clown style knobs. But I don't know. I really thought this was going to be like an acrylic enclosure.
Really?
Whatever pedal they did, I thought it was going to be like the see-through acrylic enclosure. Our mouse just died. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun.
Okay.
Well.
Bear with us.
So that's the Nauticlon.
We're having a difficulty here.
Always. I should have charged this thing.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, so
I'm just kind of surprised.
Like I said, I'm really not that it's not sold out just because they did larger batches.
I mean, completely honest with you, and I always have been really honest about this. I am not a JHS fan.
Yeah, I know. You like
I never
to have
been.
like extra special artwork going on.
No. I never been because I do not like their designs. Yeah. I think they always have like a really simple design and the price doesn't match the design and the sound. Although the sound is really good, the designs are kind of lame. And I think if you're going to charge the amount of money you're going to charge, then you better make it all good. I
don't know. I like a lot of their graphic design work. I like the simple text and the font that they choose to use on like the labeling on the different knobs.
I'm not a fan. I'm just surprised that for the fans out there, they didn't buy it right away. That's about it.
I mean, there's still time to buy one.
Which is
good.
So.
It's good for the people that like they couldn't get it initially, and like the economy's tough right now, so people, they're probably not prioritizing buying the next big thing.
That makes sense too. Anyway.
Kinotone audio. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. It might be Kinotone. They make some really cool stuff. They put out a new pedal this week called the Ghosts. It's $399. And they're labeling this as a chordal resonator. So it's a 6-voice physical modeling effect and instrument. Excite high-fidelity strings, tubes, and bars to conjure resonant objects in acoustic environments, a blooming cello, a playful xylophone, from organic realism to spectral fantasy. You can retune the voices to preset chords, including custom chords in microtonal scales. You can connect a MIDI keyboard to this thing for polyphonic play and a full spectrum of synthesis engine. So this is an instrument in itself, but you can also use it as a pedal.
Oh.
There is a contact mic there in the center with that oval-shaped item.
I was about to say, what is that oval?
It's a contact mic, so it captures different gestures, and it has a built-in looper, so you can transform with the resonators. You can turn everything into chords. You can do granular processing, frequency shifter, virtual analog drum machine. This thing is really cool. I've seen some videos on it already, and it's really cool.
Question.
Yeah.
For people like me, kind of slow with this kind of gear.
Yeah.
When we talk about an instrument, what instrument are we talking about? Is it a specific instrument? Like, is it like a guitar, drum machine? Like,
you can use it as a drum machine with the built-in looper and the contact mic. You can like create different soundscapes with it. But it's a chordal resonator, so you can also get it to generate chords, especially if you hook up a MIDI keyboard to this thing. Then you're using this as essentially like the heart of a synthesizer that you're controlling with keys. But you can use it to do like pads and stuff and different, just crazy different synths and textures and stuff. So you can run a guitar, you can run any instrument into it and then use it as an effect. But like on its own, you can use it as essentially a synthesizer and drum machine. Looper.
Okay.
But it looks like they've already sold out of the first 2 batches. So it's temporarily sold out. They plan on opening orders again early 2026.
Yeah.
So if you ordered for batch 1, pre-orders placed on October 13th and 14th are batch 1. Those will ship in 4 to 5 weeks. Batch 2 is October 15th. And obviously they shut it down after that, and they're like, all right. So it'll be a couple of months before you can get your hands on one of these if you haven't ordered one.
Okay.
But I do recommend everybody check out some videos on this. It's a really cool, unique pedal.
So you say $399 are worth it?
I think so. They could probably even charge more.
Okay.
Just for all the stuff that it does.
Okay.
We do have some Fender guitars, but I'll get to those later after our mouse charges a little bit.
Okay.
Cattle and Bread is back with a couple new pedals this week, which out of this year, I wondered how many weeks we have not had brand new Cattle and Bread releases.
They move really fast.
Yeah, they do. So, again, the economy's tight right now, and they're just like many other companies. We talked about Earthquakers coming. They came out with the Barrows a couple weeks back, and it's a mini affordable fuzz. So other brands are jumping on like the mini thing right now, or they've already been involved in the mini thing. But Cattle and Bread, they're starting their mini series.
Nice.
They have the Fuzz Right Mini, which is $129.99. And Epoch Boost Mini, which is also $129.99. So same functionality as the larger pedals, just shrunk down.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool to see.
The $129 is really convenient. So that's nice to see.
Speaking of mini pedals.
Okay.
So Earthquaker, as we were just talking about the Barrows, they've already announced their next mini pedal, but it's exclusive to just one place that you can get it. So, the band Boris, who has been partners with Earthquaker for a long time, they've done a lot of stuff with them. They've worked together over the years. The Hizumitas fuzz was designed for the band Boris, for their guitarist.
Okay.
So now they're doing a Hizumitas Junior, and it's in a pink enclosure. It says Boris Pink on the front. Same 3-knob functionality as the Hizumitas. But in the mini pedal enclosure, same size as the Barrows. And you can only get that at their shows on their US tour.
Really?
So it's their 20th anniversary tour. So, some of the locations that they're stopping, it's a huge tour,
Oh
it
my
looks like.
gosh,
Yeah.
that's a huge tour. That's a lot.
But second and third stops on the tour are Arizona. So, well, I don't think we'll be able to go.
No, but it's worth to say that they had dates on the 23rd, 24th,
Yeah, all the way. It
25th,
looks like
27th.
so. It looks like
Yeah.
October 23rd through December 2nd,
December 2nd,
which
is when
goes
that
into
ends.
Mexico and
That's
Brazil,
insane.
Argentina. So yeah, they hit up the U.S. all the way through November. It looks like, and then towards the end of November they go to South America.
Yeah, it seems like the last stop in United States is what, Los Angeles.
Yeah, which it starts in California and ends in. So it's essentially West Coast tour. No, because there's Illinois, there's Michigan. Okay, so they're all over the country, even Ontario. So
that's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was expecting it wouldn't be very long before they put out more mini pedals, and even though this is a special edition just for them to take on tour, I don't doubt that we're going to see permanent editions of mini pedals.
That would be
in
nice,
their lineup.
though.
Yeah. All right. So,
where are you jumping on the guitars?
Just because our mouse is dying and we have to click through a bunch of pages.
Oh,
right. So
okay.
Coffee Shop pedals. There's a pre-order on their next pedal. It's $363 United States dollars. This is the Portafilter. This one I think is one of the more exciting. Well, there's a lot of exciting stuff this week. To me, though, I think this is one of the most exciting of the week.
Why?
Because it's a new dual overdrive that's on the market, and it's doing something a little bit different than anybody's done before.
Okay, so what's the different thing?
So, according to the description here, the Portafilter is a fully analog, dual programmable overdrive that's built for total customization. Run the two sides to set the same setup for a complete, or set them to the same, or set them for two completely different voices for maximum contrast, or stack and shape until you've built something entirely your own. So while it is fully analog, it does have intuitive interface, savable presets, and a fully MIDI control. So essentially what this does is it gives you two sides that are independent, and you could stack them, you could put them in either order, however you want, just like a lot of 2-in-1 overdrives. But the difference here is that you have the option between a tube screamer. Ooh, it's starting to play the video. Ooh, sorry, everybody. So you have a tube screamer, a blues breaker, and a Klon Centaur style drive that you can shuffle between on either side. So you can have one side set to, let's say, your tube screamer, the other side set to your Klon, or one side to your blues breaker, one to your Klon, whatever, or you can have two of the same. There is a mid selection control, so you can jump between flat, scooped, and boost. And what else we got going on here? Oh, the clipping function. You choose what kind of clipping you have. Like I said, it's fully programmable. You can do presets, all sorts of stuff on this thing. But, of all the 2-in-1 overdrives, there's nobody, I don't think there's anybody else out there on the market that's doing 3 different drives available on either side. So it's pretty cool. Because usually you just have, like, this side is a blues breaker, this side is a tube screamer, and, like, you don't have a choice between that. You're set with those. This is really customizable. Like I said, this is $363 US dollars. Currently in pre-order status, which starts shipping in November 2025. The Coffee Shop pedals, I've shown you some of their stuff before. I think we might have talked about some of their releases in the past, like the London Fog. So it's really cool. Kind of looks, like they're taking a step away from the aesthetic that they've used in the past for this particular one. It was really cool. All right, you want to jump into these Fenders? Because I know that's a big one from this week. So Fender put out the American Professional... I'm already saying the name wrong. The American Professional Classic line.
Okay.
Now, this, I believe, is supposed to replace the American Performer line. So this is now going to be the new entry level to purchasing an American-made Fender.
Okay.
So as far as pricing goes, these start at $1499.99.
Okay.
So we are looking at this on the Sweetwater website, so I do apologize.
No.
There's a lot of repeat
Question.
items here. Yeah,
usually with the Sweetwater website, they just put different colorways.
I know
on the
they
same
list all the
page,
colorways.
correct?
Yes,
Because I see there's like new, but I'm assuming all of that is no different styles, correct?
no, there's not that many different ones.
Okay, it's just colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have the Jaguar, $1599.99, which is available in Sherwood Green Metallic, Faded Fire Mist Gold. I thought there was another colorway here.
Jeez, there's so many.
Yeah, I know. If we can track it down, we will. You know, it might be better if we just click on each one individually and then look at the colors. So anyway, these are just updated, more modern features for what they're considering the professional musician. So like the Jaguar doesn't have all the different switches and rhythm circuit and everything. It just has a strangle switch up here in the upper bout, and then down here you have a toggle switch instead of the regular, Jaguar style switching.
Okay.
Regular volume and tone knobs. You have the locking bridge or the locking tailpiece. And then I believe they have a new name for the pickups on these. Some people think they might just be rebranded pickups, but coastline pickups. So they have a hotter output. Yeah. So I'm not going to go through all the features just because there's so many and there's been so much coverage on these this past week. But they have the modern C-neck.
It seems like there's 4.
Oh, sorry.
Get back to it.
Yeah, we're looking at the colors.
I was looking at the colors. There's 4.
Oh yeah, there's 4 colors available for the Jag. Okay. So you have the Sherwood Green, faded Sherwood Green. You have Lake Placid Blue. Not a fan. Faded Fire Mist Gold. I do like that a lot. And then the classic 3-tone Sunburst.
Okay.
So you have those. And then let's scroll on down. You have the American Professional Classic Mustang Bass. I love this one. They have it in faded Dakota Red with a maple fingerboard. 3-color Sunburst. I like that one a lot. And the Sherwood Green Metallic. I think that looks really good on this bass. So I think they're probably calling these also Coastline pickups. Yep. Coastline 70s P bass. They're not P bass. Yeah. 70s Mustang bass. Also has something called the Grease Bucket Tone Circuit, which preserves your low end power and definition, shaving off disruptive highs in muddy tone. So this Grease Bucket thing, I believe that's in several of the models. So you have the Mustang. Of course, they got the Strat. A lot of different options on the Strat.
Yeah, they have a lot of different options.
And you have a lot of the same features. These all have like the same neck profile and everything. So you have 3-color Sunburst, the faded black that looks exactly like my Strat. Faded Dakota Red, faded Fire Mist Gold. I really like that. Lake Placid Blue, faded Sherwood Green, and then Olympic Pearl. I don't know. I think the Sherwood Green and the Fire Mist Gold are my favorite 2 of this series. Next up, we got the Telly, $1499.99. So again, these are all around roughly the same price point. Looks like you have all the same colors for the most part. You have
the butterscotch.
Black, and then butterscotch, because that's a classic Telecaster color. So there's that. So we covered the Telly, we covered the Strat. There is an HSS version of the Strat as well. It's $1549.99.
Okay.
You have limited colors in that one, so it's Sherwood Green, Lake Placid Blue, faded black, and 3-color Sunburst. Then there's the Jazz Bass, $1599.99. So they did the whole lineup for this one.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, I mean it's a whole new line. So like I said, I think they're right now. I think you can get the American Performer for like $12.99 or $12.50. So they're blowing that one out, I believe, to bring this one in. Look at that Jazz Bass in the faded Fire Mist with the perloid or the tortoiseshell pickguard. That looks really cool. Faded Dakota Red, just like the Mustang. Huh?
Everything looks really cool for you.
Yeah.
I happen to notice.
So I think that one's really awesome.
Okay.
And then they're calling this the Hot Shot Telecaster, but it is essentially the what they call the Nashville Telly back in the day. For the longest time, I don't know why this one is suddenly called the Hot Shot, but what makes it the Nashville Telly is the Strat pickup in the center position. So now that they've changed the name, it's now called a Hotshot Telly. So $1549.99. You have that in your Sherwood Green, your Lake Placid Blue, the Butterscotch Blonde, and 3-color Sunburst. I feel like if you get this guitar, you got to get the Butterscotch.
Why?
That's like the classic Nashville Telly look. Now we got a P bass as well. Dang, this line is huge. So also $1599.99. Only 3 colors in this one: Sherwood, Lake Placid Blue, which has the maple fretboard. That's the only option for the P bass with the maple fretboard. And then you have the 3-color Sunburst with the rosewood, just like the Sherwood Green. I don't know. I think the Sherwood Green with that tortoiseshell guard is really cool. And then I think the only thing we haven't covered yet is the Jazzmaster. So Jazzmaster, same deal. Modern, features on the same Jazzmaster. Sapphire Miss Gold, Sherwood Green, Dakota Red.
No, that's a faded Dakota Red.
Faded Dakota Red. Yeah, that looks better than regular Dakota.
It looks a little bit more like
better than regular Dakota.
Yeah.
Again, I think these are all really cool. At first I was like, oh good, they're putting out another lineup, but I think it's a good one.
Okay.
Price, I'm not thrilled about the price, $1,500, but
are you hinting already?
That's the days we live in.
The Christmas present?
No, because I don't know. If I was gonna right now buy an American Fender, I would go for the one that they're phasing out just because it's on sale. Or I don't know if it's on sale or if it was just that price point to begin with, like 12 something. But I feel like that's your best bet for an American Fender right now, is to get the one that's being discontinued. So real quick. So Super Cool Pedals is back with a new pedal called the Cutback. So this might be a little misleading if you aren't reading the description, or if you just look at it, because it does have a wave on it. So you might think it's like a spring reverb. It is not. This is a super diverse preamp style distortion pedal, which is designed for guitar, bass, or your instrument of choice. So you have drive, level, low, mid, and high. And then you have a toggle switch that goes between, looks like 8% and 0.01%. Is that what that says?
I think so.
Let's learn about that. So the Cutback is a perfect catch-all pedal for guitarists, no matter the genre of music or playing style, that boasts 2 selectable gain modes, 0.01% for boosts and overdrives, and 8% for more saturated intense distortion. Okay. It's based on the DoD 250 overdrive circuit.
Okay.
Active 3-band EQ. A wide array of uses from preamp grit, boost, overdrive, and distortion. Sounds great on guitar or bass. Captivating and nostalgic 1980s surf design. Glows in the dark for maximum tubular radness. And it's true bypassed and assembled in Canada. Pretty cool. And there's a picture of it glowing in the dark. That's cool.
Ooh.
I like that. And as always, all their pedals are super cool.
Super cool.
And this is priced at $199 US.
That's not bad.
Yeah. All right. This next one was sent to me as something that we should demo on the channel.
What? Who was saying that to you?
RJ sent me this one. He's like,
this?
you should demo this for the channel. And so I got the joke immediately. But I think it'd be really funny to take that idea and actually try to put together a real serious demo for this product.
Okay.
Because it's just this is D'Addario put out the guitar pick holder 360.
Okay.
So the D'Addario pick holder 360 organizes 12 of your favorite picks so that they're always visible and within reach. The rotating platform makes it easy to find the perfect pick quickly, while the clear lid also doubles as a stand in an extra pick storage space. For single-handed pick removal, place your index finger on the center hub and remove the pick with your thumb and middle finger. Also great for displaying your collectible picks.
Okay.
So this is $1999.99. Did I say $1999.99? $19.99. It's $20.
99.
It's not $2,000. It's not $2,000. No, it's $20.
$20. Okay.
And it combines the storage capacity of Tupperware with the
Okay.
organization spinning capability of a Lazy Susan. So, I don't know. I think it'd be really funny to take his idea that he suggested to demo this and like really run with it. And
But
be
if
like,
we
"Oh,
talk
this is
about pigs,
such a
I sent you something about
Yeah.
pigs long ago
yeah."
on Instagram, and you never talk about it.
I thought we talked about that on the.
I
I'm
don't
pretty
think
sure we have an
so.
episode where we talked about it. It was like a pick storage thing that you sent me.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Anyway, I just think this is a funny product. Like, I don't think anybody was asking for this.
I don't see why to spend $20 on that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
And the thing is, like, this does not benefit anybody that because the way they're trying to sell this is like put your favorite picks on this thing. It's like, but if you just use the same pick, like if you just have 12 of the same pick, you don't really need the spinning functionality of that to like sort between them. You just need a bowl to put them in or something.
You know what I love?
Yeah.
The picture showing how you make it work. You see one-handed access, and then it's a picture
because it's such a tight fit that you would either need to use both hands or you have to do it a really specific way where you kind of yank it without moving the whole bowl.
I don't see the point. I'm sorry.
But you know, somebody had this idea. There must have been a meeting where this idea was pitched, and somebody said, "Sure."
And they were like, "Fantastic!
Yeah."
Let's sell it."
Like, "Oh yeah, I already made the prototype at my mom's house in the kitchen. Borrowed a piece of Tupperware and
it worked.
Glued some stuff to it."
Okay.
But I'm sure somebody somewhere will get their use out of this.
Okay.
But you know, if I don't demo this first, somebody else will jump on the idea, and then I'll miss my opportunity.
I don't see the point of wasting $20
to make a great video.
I don't know.
Just be super enthusiastic and be like, "Guys, everybody, look at this! It spins."
Okay.
It can hold 12 of your favorite pedals or pedal picks. I can't even pretend to be excited about it. We got some guitars from Gretsch.
Okay.
So they added some new pedals to their Streamliner Jet. Actually, I don't know if the Streamliner Jet was already an existing model, but the Jet was an extra. I know the Streamliner was an existing model, and the Jet was an existing model. I don't know if this was together under this name, but they have a few different models ranging from $189.99 to $320.99. So let's start with the $189 model. Yeah,
the $3,000 ones. That's not new.
Those aren't the ones we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
We're looking at all the new products for Gretsch, but we're talking about it's new to Sweetwater.
Oh,
the one that you're talking about, but that's not new. That's not. We talked about that one a couple weeks back. So the Streamliner Jet Club 1 pickup electric guitar. So just a basic humbucker, the bridge position, volume and tone controls, and a bolt-on neck, kind of like your Les Paul style shape, and you have like the Falcon shaped headstock. You're looking at $189.99 for these. So you have shell pink, olive drab, and jet black.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
I think so too.
I think it's really beautiful.
I think so too.
I don't play the guitar, but I will go for one.
I like the olive and the shell pink. I don't like the black.
They are so nice.
And it's really affordable. A lot of the Gretsch models are really affordable, but I do believe, and I could be wrong, I think most of them these days are made in China.
Really?
I think so. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but so let's see what they got here. Body material is mahogany.
Okay.
The neck material is also mahogany with a fast C-shaped neck. Like I said, it's bolt-on. You have 12-inch radius, Indian laurel, thumbnail inlays. 22 frets. Scale length is 24.875 inch, which is considered like their standard for Gretsch.
Okay.
It does have a Graphtec Newbone nut. Basic die-cast sealed tuners. And they're calling this a hot wire high output ceramic humbucker. So really cool. It does have the Indian laurel for the fretboard, so I know a lot of people prefer rosewood to laurel, but it looks pretty dark in the picture. It doesn't look like that super bright laurel color. So
I don't
I think this
know.
could be convincing as rosewood
Whatever,
to the
the
average
olive
person.
one or the pink one, I
Yeah,
love.
that's really cool.
They
Let's
are
look. Let's look at the
beautiful.
pink one real quick and see what the back looks like. Yeah, that looks really
Oh
cool.
my god, that looks so beautiful. It's just 189.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And these days, it's hard to find a decent guitar under $200.
That's really cute.
The next step up is 209. So this is the 2 humbucker version. So same humbuckers. You still have the same wraparound tailpiece. You just have a toggle switch to go between the two. And then you have different colors for this model. So you have seafoam green, jet black, and then aged white.
I still rather the first one.
Oh yeah, the other one looks more simplistic and clean. This one just looks like it's a knockoff of a Les Paul. Now the next step up is $299.99. And to be honest, it looks like the only difference here is you probably have. Well, this is also a Jet 1 pickup electric guitar. So, it's more expensive than the second one up, but you have binding on the body. It looks like you have binding on the neck as well. You have upgraded knobs. Those look a lot nicer. They kind of stand out a little bit. And then perhaps a different pickup. It has like the black and cream pickup. And your options here are vintage white, midnight blue, and jet black. So it looks like jet black is available in every model. So let's jump down to the specs real quick. Still mahogany. The top material is maple on this one. Mahogany for the neck. Still have the Indian laurel. That's how you keep it cheap. Okay, so yeah, it's same hot wire high output. So it's aesthetically different. So that's all you're paying for the binding and stuff. And then there's one more model in this lineup. This is the $319.99 edition. So it looks like, just like with the second step up, this is going to be 2 humbuckers, 3-way toggle. You have an upgraded bridge, it looks like.
Okay.
And then the nicer knobs, the binding. So it just aesthetically is a little bit nicer. So all together, I mean, you have 4 different versions of the guitar between $189 and $320. That's pretty cool.
I'm still rather the one.
Oh yeah, I would rather have the basic one in either of those 2 colors. I think that's really cool. All right, next on to a pedal. Well, actually, we have some news. You want to do the news first, or you want to do more pedals?
Well, let's talk about the pedal. We're already there.
So Strymon teased this last week. We talked about it. That people were speculating if it was going to be a spring drippy reverb, or if it was going to be an oil can delay. Turns out to be an oil can delay. It's the Olivera vintage oil can echo. Your controls are time, rate, intensity. Oh no, sorry, time, mix. For the modulation, you have rate and intensity.
Oh.
And then there's a regen, and then you have a 3-way toggle for long, short, in both. So, and that's for the playhead, simulation. So it's $259. Now, a lot of people are speaking out about how they don't really know what an oil can delay is. It was just a very early kind of delay where it was a spinning oil. It was like an oil can. I mean, it was literally just, it was a mechanical device that created the delay.
I still don't understand how it works.
So it was just different from a bucket brigade delay. It predated that, but it was different than mechanical tape delay of the era. So this is just another kind of, it's like a nice vintage modulated lo-fi kind of thing. However, I feel like this pedal, as great as it sounds in all the demos I've heard, it seems to do way more than an actual oil can delay ever could have done. Because it's Strymon, and they pack a bunch of features in. So if you're looking for something more true to like an old school oil can delay, maybe something like the $99 JHS oil can delay in the 3 Series, that might be a better thing for somebody looking for something really simple. But this does a lot. So here's a little diagram that shows how an oil can echo works.
I was looking at that.
So a disc that rotates and hits different like recording heads, it looks like. So your input goes into a charge that hits the recording disc, and as the disc rotates, it hits different playheads, and then gets the regen on the way out to get you like that modulation and stuff. So it was very confusing on how this works. It was not a very long-lasting mechanism. There are virtually no existing oil can delays today from back in the day. Like
Really?
None of them lasted. And nobody could service them because essentially like the oil inside, like it became toxic.
Oh.
You just have oil sitting in one spot for so long. But it says essentially, vintage oil can echo devices are electromechanical units that write a static charge onto a rotating disc housed in a can partially filled with oil. The oil serves as a lubricant that helps retain the charge of the disc. The resultant delay signal is very band limited, creating a murky sounding echo. But then that's not the only quality that gives the oil can echo its atmospheric magic. Anyway, so it goes on, talks more about that. Go to Strymon's website or check out some YouTube videos if you really are interested in this thing. I think it's a beautiful looking pedal. This is part of their smaller format pedals.
Okay.
So like the Cloudburst, the EC1, drawing a blank, I think the Brig. So they have a whole series that's in this size that they've been putting out the last couple of years. I think it's a really cool looking pedal. But if I were to go for an oil can style sounding delay, I would probably go for something like the JHS because it's more, I wouldn't say more accurate, but it's more simplistic, much like an original oil can would be.
But hold on, this is just simulating the sound, correct?
Yes.
Like there's no oil on this one.
No.
Okay.
No. But this thing, like, it does such a huge range of sounds where like the old school ones were very limited on what they could really do. You could mostly just adjust the delay times, the modulation a little bit, but yeah, this one does a lot.
Okay.
So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it might do more than what you might be setting out to do with it. Not saying it's bad. It's just it's another option, and Strymon's known for having great delays and reverbs and stuff. So it's a really cool pedal. Now this one, I think it came out towards the end of last week and we missed it, or it might have come out like Monday of this week. Copper Sound pedals, they put out the Foxcatcher V2 multi-mode overdrive. Now, if I remember correctly, the V1 was like a much larger enclosure. Almost like a Kinotone style enclosure, like the size of it. So it is takes the award-winning Bluesbreaker style overdrive section found in V1 and expands upon it. Easily dial in your perfect overdrive tones, extra sculpting via the 3 gain modes and 3 shape modes. So you have low, medium, and high gain. You have 3 levels of low-end control. You have the smart bypass with latching and momentary control. Fail-safe bypass operation. You can run this at 18 or 9 to 18 volts. Yeah, basic controls. You have your gain structure switch, 3-way switch. You have the 3-way switch for your bass options. Your low-end control. Drive is your big knob in the center, and then off to the sides you have volume and tone. So really cool, great Bluesbreaker style overdrive. Haven't heard this one exactly yet, but I've heard the V1, and that one sounded great. All right, let's jump into the news real quick. We might as well, because I have that loaded up next. As most people have probably heard, I can't even look at this website. What website? The New York Times. It won't even load. All right. Never mind on that. Let's find another story. I guess we gotta go through the TMZ one. Nope, that's... it's hard to just find a guitar article. Alright, so Ace Frehley of Kiss. Well, he was a solo artist as well. But Ace Frehley, known for Kiss, he died at the age of 74. So my mom had texted me the other day, on Thursday, when he passed away. And she's like, Ace Frehley's in the hospital. He had a brain bleed. And I'm like, oh, no.
Oh.
Okay. And then, like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes later, she texts me and she's like, he died. And I'm like, oh. So it says no official cause of death has been confirmed as of the time of this article, which cited anonymous sources that he was on life support after falling in his studio a few weeks ago and suffering a brain bleed.
Oh.
So he had a brain bleed, had some issues, and then yeah, I guess he checked into the hospital and then was on life support, and then he died. So in the band Kiss, he was known as the Spaceman in character, and he was well known. He's probably the only member of Kiss to go on and have like a largely successful solo career. Other members did have solo careers, but I feel like his was like the one that really took off the most at the height of their fame. But yeah, he was ordered not to travel following the fall. He was forced to cancel all his upcoming appearances. He later canceled all the tour dates he had altogether due to some ongoing medical issues, which is what he stated. It says Ace has made the difficult decision to cancel the remainder of his 2025 dates. I can't believe this dude is 74 and still touring. But I don't know if this happened after he had his accident in the studio, but there's a video I saw just the other day where he was being interviewed on some podcast, or I think it was a podcast, I'm not sure exactly.
Okay.
Where he's sitting down with this guy that was asking him like, oh, like, does it bother you that Kiss never had, again, I don't know if this interview happened before or after he fell, but he's like, doesn't it bother you that Kiss never won a Grammy? And he's like, what are you talking about? We won a Grammy. We had a Grammy for the song Beth. And the interviewer looks at like the camera guy and is like they did their research beforehand, and so they look into it and they're like, no, it says that Kiss won like some minor award for that song. And he's like, what? I've got the Grammy on my shelf at home. So he calls home and calls his wife or whatever and is like, look on the shelf, what is that? And it's like, it's not a Grammy. But so if that happened after the accident, like he was having some kind of memory issues, which could be caused directly by the accident. So he passed away. Kind of sad. I'm not a big Kiss fan personally, but Limp Bizkit, their bassist Sam Rivers died at age 48. I got this article. This news came through like 2 hours ago. So this is from today.
He was really young though. What happened?
He actually stopped touring with the band a few years ago.
Okay.
Because he was having medical issues.
Oh.
So it says here he later revealed that it was actually due to liver disease, I believe, is what I was seeing earlier. Let me see if this article states specifically. Oh, look at these Warwick basses he's playing. Both these images. That's a nice bass. Ooh. Was that the thumb? I think that's the thumb.
Oh my Warwick. God, you were talking about him dying.
I know, but I didn't know he played Warwick's. Ooh.
Okay. Get back to it.
From what I understand, he was having liver failure, and he had a lifelong struggle with alcoholism and drinking heavily, and he stepped away from the band after being an original member of the band. It looks like they became friends working at like Chick-fil-A when they were teenagers. So they started their band in like 1993, 1994, and he was, like I said, one of the original members. He toured with them for the longest time, wrote with them, and then he had to leave the band for his health issues. And unfortunately, he passed away today.
And
only 48. Yeah. Alrighty, so that's it for the sad news.
Okay.
Gibson is looking to expand their retail outlets with the Gibson Garage. So they have the one in Nashville, which is like the main store. They have one in London, and now they're putting one in Miami.
Oh.
So that's kind of cool. I was surprised that they could put one in Los Angeles. They could even probably put one in Scottsdale, Arizona. There are a lot of doctors and lawyers in Scottsdale that would love to have a store just for Gibson to go to. But yeah, they're going to expand, and it seems like it's funny that Gibson is laying out this whole like not exclusive, but like luxury high-end stores for their guitars specifically and their merchandise. You can go there, buy a hat, you can buy a t-shirt, you can buy coffee mugs, whatever. But they're expanding this where you can go and buy directly from Gibson, speak with Gibson employees, get their knowledge on stuff, whatever. Whereas Fender is starting to, well, they haven't. They've been doing this a while. It's not like they're starting to. They've managed to fill the gap online by selling direct through their website typically at lower prices than what their retailers are selling stuff for. So they're kind of cutting out the middleman of the retailer, kind of looking towards the future of like, okay, if we have to, we can cut all dealers. Like, I'm just speculating here, but if they had to in the future, they could cut all dealers, sell directly through their website only, and Gibson would have the physical retail space, Fender would have the online retail space, and pretty much stay alive in this difficult world of stuff that's going on.
Okay.
Oh, do I have the article loaded up twice?
I guess so.
Oh, no, that's different.
Okay.
All right. So, I don't know if this is funny news, bad news, whatever. I don't care. Just thought it'd be something worth bringing up on the show today. For some reason, I didn't realize I was still following Giacomo Turra on Instagram. For those that are not familiar or have forgotten, Giacomo Turra is the Italian guitarist that was doing funk, soul, R&B, neo-soul kind of stuff on Instagram, where it turned out he was faking it the whole time. He was stealing riffs from other people, piecing together other people's songs, stealing their entire compositions, and yeah. But he's passing other people's stuff off as his own, and he wasn't properly citing them as the original artists on it. He had signature model guitars through D'Angelico. He had a signature pedal at one point. He had tons of endorsements. He was about to go on a U.S. tour when this whole thing broke. When Danny Sapko on YouTube, he broke the news of, hey, this guy's fake. Like, he exposed him initially. He was like, hey, this guy's faking it. And then there's the big blow up on that. He did a half-assed apology video, kind of, on YouTube, where he's not really big on YouTube. He's big on Instagram. So he did his YouTube apology, and then later took down his YouTube apology, kind of went silent on Instagram for a while, and then he came back the other day, which I saw, because I'm up late at night for work and stuff. I saw a Giacomo video come up, and it was 2 a.m. And I'm like, oh, okay. And, because I don't know what time it is in Italy, but he posted the video. I'm like, oh, I wonder if he wrote this one or not. And then a couple of hours later, by the time the sun is coming up, I'm looking at YouTube again, and here comes Danny Sapko with a new video, and he's like, I caught him faking it again. So he's back at the old tricks. He just ripped off another person's entire new song. Yeah. So here's actually an article on GuitarWorld.com where they're talking about how Danny Sapko exposed him again. As per accusations made by Danny Sapko, original material by Jack Gardner, Alex Hutchins, Tom Quayle, Marco Baldi, Travis Dykes, Jabe Collier. Is it Collier or Collier?
I don't know.
And Ben Romano, to name a few, was repurposed by Turra, who in turn allegedly passed it off his own without due credit. Rick Beato said he was supposed to have him on the show. They recorded a full 3-hour thing, and then he couldn't post it. He's like, he couldn't play guitar well enough to be on my channel.
Oh,
so he never posted the video. So then he spoke out. And then D'Angelico, who had a signature model, distanced himself from him, as did Andertons, who had just done a video with him on their channel days before this shit broke. So they deleted their video. They're like, we're done with this guy. Made them look like fools, made everybody look like a fool. I felt like a fool when I was like, damn, I thought this guy was incredible, and I tried to learn how to play like him. So anyway, so Danny Sapko says he's stealing again. He listened to the new song, and then he found out that it's a cover of the song Love Never Felt So Good, and he found it had been deleted. It was a clip of him from last year or something playing the song Love Never Felt So Good. He deleted that one off his Instagram, but then all of a sudden he repurposed the riffs from that song into his new song. So, okay. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting news there.
Anyway.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think about that one. I don't know. Just the dude had a chance to. I think 60 Cycle Hum had posted about this when they talked about the original skins. It's because all of us here on the guitar YouTube podcast space, we all had our own remarks on it when it happened. Everybody talked about it.
I remember that.
So I believe when it happened 60 cycle hum, like Ryan, like Steve was pretty harsh on him. But Ryan was like, no, I think this gives him a chance to try to honestly come back and say, like, I'm sorry, and, like, you know, start fresh and, like, try to rebuild his reputation.
Okay.
Obviously, that's not what he ended up doing. Here's a video of him with his new mustache, playing his little riff. But, yeah. So I don't know who he ripped off this time. Go watch Danny Sapko's video. It's really good.
Okay.
Warm Audio. I think it's like the third week in a row we've talked about Warm Audio. They are going to do a reverb. I think this is exclusively through Reverb. They're doing a mystery box for microphones. So it's $249.
How much are you paying? Okay.
It's $249.99. Now this is really cool because check out some of their lineup. The WA44 is $11.99. The WA8000 is $12.99. The CX12 is $11.99. The 47F is $800. The 47 is $1,000. The 47 Junior, $300. The 87 R2, $700. The 87 Junior, $300. 67 is $1,000. 251 is $900. And it just goes on. The Fentone, which they just recently put out, that's $1,299 right there.
Damn.
Now, Warm Audio, we've talked about, like, with their pedals, they tend to copy a lot of existing pedals, whether they're currently in production or not. They have their own version on a Klon. They have, like, the Fuzz Tone. They just did their Tube Screamer one that we talked about the other day, last week. I think a week before that they did... No, that was 2 weeks ago. Last week was when they put out the one that's like the King of Tone and Blues Breaker all in one pedal. I said, I told you I thought it was kind of an ugly looking pedal, but cool idea. So when it comes to, like, their audio equipment, like their rack units, their compressors, their microphones and stuff, those are like exact copies of $3,000-$4,000 microphones that they can sell for, roughly half the price, like $1,400. And they sound just as good as these name brand mics or something like, like the Fentone. That's based on a microphone that a vintage one would cost a shit ton of money.
Okay.
So I don't understand how they're going to be able to pull this off and still turn a profit on it. But
I'm so confused about this, Andrew.
You're paying, yeah.
Because you're paying $249.99 for the box. But they are saying that you can get pedals, that you can get microphones that are like $12.99 when you're paying $250.
The cheapest microphone that you will get has a value of $300.
So how are you making profit?
Because they're selling a shit ton of mystery boxes. That's my guess. Just like, no, because Ren and Cuff, they do their mystery box every year. That's kind of the same concept where you get some form of Big Muff. You get some form of Big Muff clone. And they sell them way cheaper than the individual pedals, but they manage to turn a profit because they're selling them a lot of mystery boxes. So you're turning a quick profit on that. But like I said, you can get anything from a $1,300 mic, from a $300 to a $1,300 mic, and you're paying less than retail value.
I don't know. It sounds kind of fishy weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now there is a grand prize in this.
Okay.
One customer will get the grand prize, which is you get 13 Warm Audio microphones, which I believe is all of them that they're giving away. So you get from the Junior Series all the way through the Warm Audio 8000, which has a retail value of over $11,000 total. That's not just a win; it's a complete studio mic arsenal and a single purchase, just for $250.
Okay.
And you get the 5-year warranty on all their mics and stuff. So $250 per box, exclusively on Reverb. Each box includes one Warm Audio microphone, unless you win the big one. So I imagine there are probably more boxes that are packed with the 87 and 47 Junior, like the 87 Junior, 47 Junior. Think. Just because those are the $299 models. So there's probably more of those that can contain those than anything else to keep their costs low, but really cool. I think it's a cool concept. Okay. I'm kind of set on microphones personally, so
I was about to ask if you would like to participate in a mixtape.
I would, though. That's the thing, is I would. Like, even though I'm set on microphones, like, ooh.
You were just saying you're set on microphones.
I know, but like something like the Fentone, ooh.
Okay.
Don't want to forget this one. Wampler.
Okay.
They put out the Mini Ego 76 compressor. So they already had the Ego. They had the Ego 76. They had the Ego Mini, but now 76 Mini. So really cool 1176 style compressor, which that's good on anything. You can use it on anything. Like the 1176 style compressors, they're good for vocals, they're good for guitars, they're good for bass, anything. But obviously this is, a pedal. So you have your controls of blend, comp, and level. And then you have 3 attack speeds and 3 release speeds available on the mini toggles. My only complaint, and it's not even a complaint, it's just something I've noticed because I've had a mini Wampler pedal before.
Okay.
The only way I could use the mini toggle was by using a guitar pick to flip it back. Because if you have it all the way inward towards the middle knob, it's hard to flip it back the other direction. So you kind of have to like use the tip of your pick to kind of flip it back over. But it's not a big deal.
I mean, that's not a deal breaker.
Yeah. So it's $149.97. It sounds great. I actually watched Brian Wampler's video today on it. It looks cool. I like the knobs on this thing. So the mini is $150. I think the full size is only $200.
Really?
So I think it's really just a matter of how much space are you trying to save on your board? Because if you need to save space, this makes more sense. But if you can spend the extra $50, let's see, Ego 76. If you could spend the extra $50, yeah, it's $200.
Oh, it's just $200.
So if you could spend the extra $50, I would say go for the full size one. But like, yeah, $150 for a decent compressor. That's cool. And then I think we just have one more.
Okay.
So Yesterday Effects, from now until November 7th, you can pre-order any of their pedals in a matte black finish at no extra cost. These pedals in this limited series will feature an orange LED and glow-in-the-dark screen-printed Yesterday Effects logo. This is the only opportunity you'll have to get a Yesterday Effects pedal in all black. So pretty cool, because they usually do like pastel colors and stuff.
Yes, I really enjoy their designs. They are like so simplistic, but so nice.
I mentioned this in an earlier episode, but I'll bring it back up today. So when I got the HX Stomp and sold a bunch of my other pedals, I sold like almost all of my modulation pedals. The only 2 I kept were my Yesterday FX Pitch Bender, because it's a really great vibrato, and then the K-Mize Tremolo, because you bought me that one. That was the first pedal you ever bought me when we first got married. So I kept both of those. All my other modulation pedals gone. So that's my endorsement of Yesterday Effects. Is if I had to sell everything, I'd keep my pitch bender.
That's good.
So it's kind of cool to see they're doing a special Halloween thing, and a lot of people are doing like little Halloween things here and there. Summer School Electronics, we talked about how they put out their Halloween pedal. So that's about all I have. Did you find anything this week that you wanted to talk about?
You're asking because I already say that I'm working on your Christmas present. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what you asked.
But no, I was just asking if there's anything you stumbled across that was new or exciting to you that you thought was cool.
I'm not saying anything. I don't think so. I don't.
Well, I guess on that note, we should probably get on out of here then.
Okay.
All right, everybody. This was episode, what did I say, 59. So we'll see you next week. Let us know in the comments if we missed anything, and what was your favorite release of the week or least favorite release of the week.
Or what do you think is going to be your Christmas present?
Oh, that too. Probably nothing. Anyway.
All right,
everybody. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Have a good one. Bye.